and I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Jose being Jose, coming in with a ton of energy, guarding full court. He did a lot of good for us tonight, getting steals, rebounding the ball. He was huge.
On the other side of the emotional scale, what happened out of halftime? That third quarter seemed to be a pretty big letdown for the squad.
We just had a brain fog. They decided to come out and play a bit faster. They were getting down the court faster and attacking. And I just didn't think we did a good job coming out of halftime with the mindset that we want to put our foot on their necks.
Coach, what did you think about the first start to the game where a lot of the offense went through Zion and Larry, and that kind of went away going towards the second quarter and the third quarter? What did you say to make sure that they had a balance going against this young, fast team?
I think it's just that. It's just being balanced. There's times where the ball is going to be in Zion's hand, and he will dictate some of the offense. CJ same, Brandon same. And I think towards the end of the game, it allows you to be a complete team to attack from different angles with different guys. And everybody's a part of it. And I'm proud of the fact that we did have 28 assists and 12 turnovers, so that's pretty good. We got room to grow, and we're continuing to build, but this is a good win for us.
Coach, as you just said, good assist numbers. Zion was starting that offense from the top of that first quarter, had 12 points. Can you just talk more about how he was getting involved early?
Yeah, we were just getting the ball to him in spots where he had a live ball dribble with movement around him, and we trust him to either score or make the right play. And then there were times where he was bringing it up, something he's done before, kind of playing point guard for us, setting screens and just opening the floor and letting them play. We liked how it looked. We'll go back to the film and just continue to build off of that.
Yeah, and a little more to that. We saw, CJ setting some screens for Zion. It seems like you guys had some success. Was that something that just happened out there? Was that something, you guys made a concerted effort to do?
I think it's us adding more layers to our offense. And we recognize that just from the past with Z handling the basketball and trying to take advantage of mismatches is something that we need to exploit. I thought we did a solid job tonight. We'll continue to build.
And one more on Jose. Is he a guy who seems to enjoy and thrive in the chaos?
He does. Any chaotic situations, Jose, he's thrilled about it. You guys saw him tonight. He was amazing. He was all over the place. We needed his energy. We needed his effort. And, Jose being Jose.
And you guys switched up the rotations tonight a little bit. Just what was the thought process behind that, especially getting Jose in there for an entire fourth quarter?
We're trying to get going early in the games and not, be down 8-9 points. So we wanted to try to adjust our substitution patterns a bit. We'll continue to look at it. Once again, I like where our team is right now. We got to work through some things. And in order to be the team that we think we can be, we're going to have some hard games. Houston is not an easy team to just go out and beat. They got good young guys. They play hard. They play fast. They shoot the three ball well. This was a good test for us.
And do you think getting Jose and CJ together out there as part of that thought process as well?
It is. Trying to get those two guys on the floor. What it does is it relieves CJ of some of the point guard duties. But then the ball can be in Brandon's hands. It can be in Zion's hands. But also Jose can initiate the offense. And, we'll keep kind of tinkering with it and see where it goes.
How much do you think Larry impacted this game as well?
Larry was big time. He's been rock solid for us all season. Late game situations, he can switch multiple screens, switch on the smaller guys and defend. He's a heck of a rebounder. So we have a comfort level with Larry being in the game down the stretch.
And Coach, after all the commotion at the end with Jose getting ejected, can you talk about what it means for Dyson to get that confidence considering the free throws?
Dyson will be fine. He's a confident guy. He continues to get his work in. They called on him. I guess they thought he was going to miss the free throws, but he works at it. So we have trust in him.
And Coach, with the balance of long road trip followed by a long homestand, how do you approach this differently with being in front of the home crowd and making sure that they find a balance to make sure that they compete night in and night out?
Well, we want to do that no matter where we are. If we're on the road, if we're at home, I think the difference is now we get a chance to sleep in our own beds. We get a chance to have some practices because the games are not as close together. So we want to take advantage of this home stretch. And tonight was a good home win. And we would like to continue to just build on winning games and taking care of home court like we did tonight.
And your reaction to the home crowd getting into it once the team was able to get back and take the lead?
Fantastic. I love New Orleans. We love playing in front of our fans. They're amazing. It's just fun to be out there. The guys had a ball. And hopefully we can bring this type of joy night in and night out.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. That's Coach Willie breaking down last night's matchup against the Houston Rockets. Pelicans 119-106 win over the 2-11 Rockets, man. But it didn't go without a few interesting moments through the game. I'm Big Q chiming in. Shout out to you guys. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the stream on your social media feed. Please do that for us. My co-host DC is in the building. Shout out to my dog, DC. We up in this thing, DC. What's good, brother? Bro, listen, 119-106, man. Listen, this game, the Rockets got into it. Green put 33 points up. He got hot. The Pelicans, at first, didn't look like they can kind of slow him down. Willie made some adjustments. Houston was hot in the third, 37-23. They put up 37 points. Pelicans didn't flip that thing later on in the fourth. They put up 33, second highest total of the game per quarter, held the Rockets to 19, pushed past them to secure the win. A little too close for my liking, but at the end, they still get the victory. Before we talk stats, let's talk that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we made this game a lot harder than it had to be. But nonetheless, we got the victory thanks to Mr. Jose Alvarado. Basically went out there and took over that fourth quarter, man, and brought the juice. That's what he do, man. He bring energy. You heard Antonio Daniels actually alluded to it. He read the future. He said, man, I know Jose's on the bench licking his chops right now because this team lacks energy. And boy, when he got in the game, that's all he did was bring energy. Got a couple of his patent steals and scored right on them, bro. Just was everywhere playing defense, getting charges, talking his mess. knocking down threes. Jose the man, bro. Jose played excellent in that point guard spot with CJ McCullough struggling, and they took him off ball a little bit, and it really benefited us and led to us winning that game, man. I think maybe if we would have played Herb Jones and not finished that game out with Jose, I don't know if we would have still won today. Not that Herb is a bad player. It's just, Jose had it going, man, on both sides, and excellent game from him, but also an excellent game from Zion, man. Zion played perfect, pretty much playing great defense as well. You know what I mean? And those two guys, along with Larry Nance, were huge bright spots for me watching the Pels. But we could look at some of the things that we didn't like with Bi not playing up to the standard we used to him, and Big V not really bringing much. CJ having an off game, and we got all that going on, man. We still won by 13. You know what I mean? So
Yep, indeed. Alexa, shout out to my girl Alexa out there in the chat. She says we have to maintain that energy and passion for 48 minutes. We have to
you
want
you
it more
you
than
you
other
right,
teams.
Lexa. That's why I
Alexa,
was
you
just
got to hire
telling Big
Alexa,
Q
put her on the team.
in a production meeting. We do not play 4 quarters of basketball. For
Right.
some reason we only seem to play 3 quarters.
Yeah.
We either gonna wet the bed in the second quarter, and in this game, unfortunately, it was the third quarter. But usually it's the second quarter. I don't know. We just act like we don't know how to play basketball for 1 quarter.
Right. Well, let's look into the team statistics, and then we'll get individual. Pelicans almost 49% last night, 42 of 86 from the field, 40 of 79 by the Rockets for 50.6. They shot 12 of 36 from downtown. Pelicans 8 of 29 for 27.6. They were 33.3 free throws. Pelicans went to the foul line 20 to 31 times, hit 27 of them. So the Pelicans had some help there with the calls. There, a really good amount of calls. 31 foul attempts, 27 completions on those things for 87.1. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you do. 14 of 18 by the Rockets. They were just under 78%. Rockets had 43 rebounds versus the Pelicans 36. They had the Pelicans did have the assist game 28-24. They had more steals than the Rockets 13-7. Rockets had the advantage in the blocks 4-1. Turnovers, 26 turnovers by the Rockets versus only 12 by the Pelicans. 26 turnovers, 32 points off turnovers by the Rockets, 16 off of 12 by the Pelicans, 16 fast break points to 4, 56 to 48 points in the paint. Both battles won by the Pels in the matchup. And of course, you see the largest lead they had was 18 at one time. Rockets were able to get into the game and have a lead as big as 8 behind the pushing 33 points of Green. So with that being said, DC, let's tackle a couple of team statistics.
Yeah, man. I mean, you ain't got to look far. It's pretty much at the end of statistics when you're looking at those turnovers, man. That tells the whole story. 12 to 26. There ain't many teams that's gonna turn the ball over 26 times, and other teams turn it over 12 times, and that ended in a victory for them. Although the Rockets were definitely trying to make that happen, and they definitely had a shot, but ultimately those turnovers came back to bite them, man. And also the fact that we got to the free throw line 31 times and we made 27 of them thanks to Mr. Zion, who probably only missed a free throw or two, and he shot about 12 or 13 of them things. He shot 12 of them and he made 10 of them. So that's you can thank him for knocking down his free throws, man. Shooting what would that be, about 85% or something like that?
Did a good job on it.
12,
He's
10
10
for
to 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's excellent, man. And ultimately that, along with getting those turnovers, man, and securing possessions when we did get the rebounds, because they out rebounded us, won us the game, man. And Big V, man, if he did what he did, I think we could have got him on the rebounds. But for whatever reason, Jalen Smith, I think that's the little rookie's name, man. That dude was amazing on the boards, bro. He
Awesome.
played great defense on Big V. He played Big V out of the game, man. We couldn't play Big V because he was playing such good defense on him, and he was dominating the boards against Big V, bro. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe Big V had a little nagging, not hurt, but maybe he got a little small injury or something we don't know about. Because I thought we was gonna dominate the Bulls on these rebounds, man. I'm kind of shocked looking at these stats. Y'all know I'm a stickler for the rebounds, man. That usually indicates whether we gonna win or not. But tonight we did overcome it.
Yes, and indeed, man, and like we saying, the Pelicans and a lot of people kind of blasting on the Pelicans right now, man. Just remember where they were last year and what they're doing this year. They're 7
Well,
and
we was
6
like
this year.
1-13 last year. We
I'm telling
7 and
you,
6, man.
people
We
gotta
in great position.
you gotta look at it in the larger
3-2 at
landscape.
home, man. We doing good.
Yeah, they will get better. So people just have to be patient. I just don't get it sometimes. 26 points for
We
Zion
7
Williamson.
and 6, man, and we still ain't hit our stride, bro. That's scary to me, looking at it in perspective. I don't feel down about it at all. CJ been playing trash, Wayne, but I mean it's been like 4 games, bro. Then they say the man was sick. He probably pulling his hair out with this Kyrie Irving situation because he done suspended the man for 5 games and they trying to not let him play. CJ probably dealing with that, late phone calls. I don't know what the hell going on with him, but
Yeah, you got
I
that.
think
union
he'll
business.
get it together.
Yeah, we forget that sometimes. He got that union business that he tends to as well
Yeah.
in his off time. So that definitely.
Now, what
plays
I
a part
don't
of what he
like,
do.
I think Coach should notice that CJ is having a rough time. Like, come on, man, give us a little bit of them Dyson Daniels minutes. You ain't got to not play him, but cut his minutes back some. You don't
Right.
need to play 37 minutes and when he going through it. But maybe that's the process for CJ. Coach figures the more he put him out there, maybe he'll find his stride and play through it. So he
Right.
did play good in all the other aspects of the game other than scoring.
He did.
Good defensively, good rebounding, good with assists, didn't turn the ball over. So I think we being a little one-sided with CJ, and we know he could score, and that's the one thing he's not doing well right now. He will eventually start scoring again.
He had 1 of 7 from 3-pointers, but that's one more than the rest. That Bi, Herb, all Trey Murphy, who were all 0 for 3, 0 for 4, and 0 for 5. So anyway, let's get into it. 26 points for Zion. He led the day. 35 minutes of action, finished with 26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds for Zion. 8 of 9 from the field, got what he wanted, and he had 10 or 12 from the charity stripe. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get it popping. You look at Ingram in the starting lineup, 38 minutes for BI. He finished with 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 block in the matchup. He was 8 of 19 from the field. He was 0 for 4 from downtown, 4-4 from the charity stripe in that thing. And of course, those are the 2 20-point scores. You mentioned CJ McCollum struggled offensively speaking. He had 9 points in 37 minutes. He was 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 7 from downtown. He did hit 2 of the free throws there, but he had 9 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and he did compete in other aspects. Valanciunas in 20 minutes, only 8 points from him, and 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal by Big V in the matchup. 2 of 7 struggled in the field on his thing. He was 3 or 4 from the charity stripe. He kind of got it right at the foul line. Has to improve that with the minutes that he's getting. 6 points from Herb in 19 minutes, 3 of 7, 0 for 3 from downtown. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist from Herb Jones off the bench. And that's when you see some of the second line guys shine. As Larry Nance he led the bench and was the second leading scorer in the game. He had 22 points in 28 minutes of action. He was 8 of 10 from the field. He was big in the game, like Coach Willie said. He was even 2 of 3 from downtown, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. So he did everything he possibly can do. Had a plus minus at plus 10, 22 points, 9 rebounds for Larry Nance, and then 12 points from Grand Theft Alvarado. 5 personal fouls in the matchup, was plus 15 on the plus minus. Finished with 12 points in 20 minutes, 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 steals for Grand Theft in the matchup. And of course, other points there in there was 6 points for Trey Murphy. Struggled mightily in his game. He was 2 of 7 from the field in 18 minutes, 0 of 5 from downtown, finished with 6 points and 1 rebound. 5 from Graham in 9 minutes. He was 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. He did get 5 and 2 steals and an assist. And Najee Marshall on 3 shots, 1 of 3, did hit a 3-pointer, finished with 3 points, a couple of assists, 1 steal and a block in 15 minutes of action. And of course, you mentioned Dyson Daniels in the game. He did, according to the stat line, get 2 points, but he was 2 of 2 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, he might be getting out of Willie Green doghouse finally, Q. These last 3-4 games we ain't play him since he lost that game for us against was that the Lakers?
Yes.
I think it was the Lakers
I
game.
think it was the Lakers game when he
Was it
missed
the
those free
Lakers?
throws.
Yeah,
I want to say it was the Lakers.
he had a chance to ice the game, man. He hit them 2 free throws. Game is in the bag, and he hit one and missed the other one. And ever since then, coach coach ain't play him. But there was a situation where Jose Alvarado got into a situation with what's that little guy's name? Kevin Porter Jr., the hothead.
Yeah, that was a
his
sour grapes.
reputation of him being
Yeah.
a hothead from
He do stupid
Cleveland.
stuff.
And they got to it. They kicked them both out of the game. And somebody had a chance to come in and hit the free throws, kind of go ahead and kill the game all the way. And they picked Dice, and he knocked both of them down, man. So hopefully between Memphis and the next game, we see Dice finally getting some minutes again, maybe off the doghouse.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate the family members being in the stream, man. A lot of people kind of mad about the Saints matchup, but that's all right.
Man, you
family.
know it's bad when they bring in the Saints worries over here, man. It had to be bad, bro.
Bird says the Lakers matchup, but he didn't lose that game. So shout out to the rest of the family.
Bird.
He was one of the
I get
reasons.
what you're
I'm gonna be honest
saying.
with
I
you.
get what you're
He
saying.
hit them free
Bird,
throws, Bird. Guess
but
what?
he hit them free throws. That
That's
game
it.
over, brother.
It's over with, bro.
You
Now,
know,
you might if
you
you
knock
get
his
specific.
both
Hold
the
on,
free
DC.
throws down. They can't hit the
Bird-
3-pointer.
Bird does have a point that he might be mentioning as a whole.
Yeah,
That the Pelicans did a lot of stuff wrong in that matchup, but what DC's alluding to is the fact that Dyson Daniels comes in, he hits those free throws, that game over with, Playboy. He's over with. And that was a good assessment by DC early on, mentioned that, saying, you know what, Q, he didn't play, for several games after that point because Willie kind of put him in a
So,
pressure
yeah,
situation to see if he
Willie-
could prove himself, and he wasn't ready. So Willie kind of held him back. Willie real wise with this stuff here, man. Real
He's
wise.
looking at them long term and don't want to push a guy too far too fast, mess his confidence up. I like Dice to be out there, and I think Dice has the talent to be out there. But I also trust Willie Green of knowing when to put him out there and when he's exactly ready to take on a bigger role. So,
Yeah,
and
Green-
Devontae Graham, we all know has something to do with that. We got to play Devontae till we trade him, right?
Exactly. And then, of course, eventually KLG comes back. You got to be able to open up room because you're going to have Dyson Daniels and KLJ there. So somebody
And
got to
Jose
go.
Alvarado.
And Jose, somebody got to go.
Yeah.
Now you can float, I guess, from certain positions. From 1 to 3, you can move Dyson Daniels around because he's a tall
He
kid.
can play 1 through
So
4, man.
he-
We
right,
played
you
him.
can-
We have him guarding power forwards and all type of stuff. So
You can move him around. So that helps in that regard in terms of having a big guard as opposed to 2 smaller guards like you might
what
have
does that say
to
for
tell
Najee though,
Jose.
Q? If Dyson start getting minutes, and then you got KLJ.
I still
Man.
think that's when you got Larry there. I think you still got. I think they'll still be able to fit Najee in there. And I think the big question is Jackson Hayes, man. That's something. Where does Jackson fit in his rotation? Depending on how that all goes moving forward, because that's the bigger question. Larry Nance is balling at that small.
I think Larry
position,
Nance
that
is
small
all but
center position.
he's made Jax obsolete at this point right now with the way
I'm
he's
not gonna say
playing.
that, DC.
No. Listen. I'm saying for right now, not for the whole season, but just the way that he's been playing. When Larry Nance is out there, you really don't want to sit him down, bro. I mean, look at the brother. He went 8 for 10. He had 22 points. He gave you 9 rebounds. Goes 4 for 5 from free throw line.
And hit
2
a
for
couple
3
of
from
threes.
3-point line.
Yep.
Played excellent defense. He did have some turnovers. He had 3 turnovers.
3
That ain't that
turnovers.
bad. He jump out the gym. He gonna give you some alleys, give you some big plays, get the crowd involved. Excellent energy. Good defense. Can guard from 3 to 5. Like, man, you trying to play that dude as much as you possibly can.
I just wish Jackson Hayes would just follow Larry Nance around everywhere and just learn how he plays at that height and how fast he is and play like that. Jackson's been so up and down his tenure with the Pelicans, man. And this year here, the Pelicans are looking at Jackson Hayes saying, okay, maybe later on, what could you do? But man, listen,
We can't
rotations are tight.
justify playing him, Q, with the
You
guys
can't.
we have. The guys we have, they want it more than him right now. And
Exactly.
we
But isn't
can't
that always been
justify
the
putting him
case?
out there.
That's always been the case. Jackson
No,
really wanted
that
until
wasn't the
you give
case.
guys
That
to
wasn't the
push him.
case last year. That
Isn't
wasn't
that-
the case last
Hold
year.
on, the last several years, people had to propel or push or motivate Jackson to play better. You have to put Billy
Yeah,
Hernan
yeah.
Gomez in there to inspire him to gain his minutes back. So the Pelicans knew from a coaching standpoint, regardless of who was in there, how you motivate Jackson Hayes. Last
Or
year
it
was
could
the
just be a
only
thing
year
too.
where it didn't appear that he needed that extra motivation. But are we
Maybe
back to
maybe
square
maybe
one?
we could be trying to hold on to Jax for the future, and we really don't want him to, you know, have a big step up game because that's going to be more money. At the rate what things are right now, keeping Jackson Hayes would be very easy to do if the season pretty much keeps going the way it goes.
He writing
He
this
gonna get a down. He
article
gonna get a downgrade from his contract. You know what I mean?
I
And that's
heard
gonna be all across the board with all 32 teams. You know,
right.
it ain't gonna be nobody trying to get this guy no 40, $50 million contract. And
No,
that's right up our alley. So we get to keep Jackson Hayes for the future. You keep molding him because I do believe at some point the light will come on for him. You know, he's just got too much talent. But mentally and whatever's in his heart, we don't know those things. You know, and I don't know what's going on in practice. Maybe he's not showing that passion and intensity and everything you're saying. Maybe that injury is still bothering him a little bit.
something
Because they
going
did
on.
try to play him as soon as he came back from his injury, and
Like
he
8
didn't quite
minutes.
look like himself.
Well, he's been 5 games in the season so far. He's averaging over those 5 games 7.4 minutes per game. He's shooting 20% from the field, and 7 minutes a game, or just almost 7.5 minutes a contest, isn't enough for you to do pretty much anything for an eighth overall first round draft pick. So
Right.
I don't think he's healthy either, DC. So you may have a point on that moving forward. So let's jump in. Let's move into the Grizzlies preview matchup coming up on Tuesday. I want to say 6:30 Central Standard Time tip-off in the Smoothie King Center. Pelicans 7-6, 3-2 at home. Memphis Grizzlies are 9-4 and 4-3 on the road. The Grizzlies, DC calls them the Pelicans' little brothers, come into the Smoothie King Center, and maybe the big brothers can teach them some sports. It'll be the first of 4 matchups. 10 days later, we'll go to Memphis to take them on at the end of the year, the 31st of December. We'll go back to Memphis, and then Memphis will come here sometimes in April the 15th to take on the Pelicans. So in the next 2 weeks or so, we got 10 days after we take care of them. Tomorrow we'll see them again, and then a third time before the end of the year. So to wrap up 3 of the 4 games before the year ends, that's pretty interesting. But nonetheless, this is what it looks like. Almost 29 points a contest for Ja Morant. I don't know if he'll be available in the game. He didn't play tonight against the Wizards. He wasn't in that.
Man, you know they was
resting
resting him to play us. Come on now.
So
Come on, man.
Ja Morant, Bane, and Jaren Jackson all were out in the matchup against the Wizards tonight.
Look, see that?
So it then, of course, yeah, it definitely looks like that. 29 points a game for Ja. Steven Adams right there is 11.5 on the rebounds, and of course Ja leads them with the assists with 7. Zion Williamson 23.5 on the points. Valanciunas 10.1 on the rebounds, and CJ is the top assist man per game, 6.3. Now, like I said before, you see Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson all held out for the matchup, and I can see what DC's saying. I can anticipate them saving them guys for Zion versus Morant. That's going to be a big game because obviously they see that it's going to be valid.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time these two guys faced off against each other, so we're gonna hear all the fluff.
All that stuff.
And on the TNT game, that's all they're gonna talk about is those two guys. Because when did Zion play Morant? Do you remember? It's gotta be. It's been about 2 years, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been the Alvin Gentry era is what I remember. The last time that Zion was on the court to play Ja Morant, him and BI, and when we had him and BI, we would demolish the Grizzlies. But the Grizzlies was running through a lot of other people in the league, even in Ja Morant's rookie year. You know, so we'll see. I believe we got a team that's matched up to be able to handle the Grizzlies. I think that's kind of how we built our team. But a lot of people could say the same thing about the Grizzlies, that they've built our team to be able to beat everybody in their division because we are division rivals. So we just gonna have to see. But I don't think they have any answer for Zion, in my opinion, man. And when you get past Zion, I was like, what answer do they really have for Brandon Ingram? But you could also say, what answer do we have for Ja Morant and Desmond Bane? because I don't see us being able to just cancel those guys out. I mean, I know Herb can do some damage, but they only do so much. They got two great backcourt players, and now they
Yes,
got
they do.
Dylan Brooks there
Brooks is
too.
back. Yep.
You know, they're a very formidable opponent, but I'm gonna say it again. Hopefully my Pelicans don't embarrass me. And I'm gonna continue to say it because we're finally gonna see us play the Grizzlies with Zion and BI. The only caveat was they still don't have Jared Jackson Jr. I don't know what's going on with that brother. He's always hurt, man. It's kind of sad. But we finally get to see us play Memphis with Zion and BI, and they're our little brothers. That's how I see it. I know they've had more success as of late, but in my eyes, with these two core players that we have, and now we also have CJ too, but the way he's been playing, almost might not even want to mention him yet.
Yeah, but he's not gonna play like that forever. You know, CJ McCollum gonna bounce
he's
back.
not, but we play them our next game, and as of late, CJ ain't been playing great. But with BI and Zion, when they did play Memphis, from the games I recall, it was like 4 games, maybe Zion's rookie year, and we demolished them. We demolished them, man. It was no contest. I mean, it was embarrassment. You know, they had one game, I think, when we didn't have BI, maybe, and Zion played, and I remember JV gave us the business that game, boy. JV gave us the business and probably led to us putting him on our team. That's how good he played against us. It's like, nah, we can't let him stay over there. But we'll see on Tuesday, man. I think the Pelicans get this win. I ain't gonna go as far as to say we're gonna blow out the Grizzlies, but I think we can beat Memphis, and we're their kryptonite, and they're our little brothers. I continue to say it.
Matchup indicator goes with you. 63.2 says on the matchup indicator says we take care of business against.
Boy, they're getting wise, huh?
ESPN
it only took them 3 years to catch up, huh, Q?
There you go. But, you know, like I said, DC, I see what you're saying about them previous Memphis clubs, but this team is a team that's playing
It's
with
the same guys, man. They had all the same guys.
But this team playing with a lot more confidence than what they were. They got a lot of chemistry. They got a really good backcourt. And then Dylan's there as well. He's a good little third player for him. Steven Adams is solid in their system, how they have, and they bench is a bunch of scrappy players that handle the business. They're an interesting mix of people, and
we're kind of doing the same thing with some aspects, like the Steven Adams thing and JV. They basically play the same type of role, man. Those guys are in the game, but certain points of the game, you take them out, and Memphis will put a guy like Brandon Clark in, who's like a Larry Nance. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly what he is.
Yeah, so we're kind of doing some similar things, man. You look at Ja Morant. Ja wants to score in the paint. You know what I mean? Ja ain't about to shoot a whole bunch of threes, and you can't stop him scoring in the paint, almost like Zion. You know what I mean? So we got some similarities a little bit going on. So I think some of those things cancel out. It's just a matter of perspective of which team you think gonna get canceled out. I choose Memphis. I understand his confidence and everything, but it's just, to me, it's a matchup thing, Big Q. Why we can beat Memphis.
Well, I get what you're saying, and you keep saying that because they haven't beat the Pelicans with all their people.
Who can they put on Zion, man, other than Steven Adams? And we know that shit ain't gonna work.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if Jaren Jackson is there, maybe they slide him over there. They can throw
Jaren Jackson is hurt, right? Well, Jaren Jackson's healthy. That would be interesting.
He's out, so I don't know what the thing is.
I think he's out on the season though, or something. I don't think he's been playing.
They got him ruled out for Sunday's game, which right now is happening. They're losing right now, 82-76.
Well, when I look up the stats on the season, I don't even see him as even having logged any points. He has no minutes. When I'm looking at the splits, he's not leading in any category. I would think if Jared Jackson was playing, he would lead in at least one of the categories for Memphis.
I'm looking at a DC. They don't have him listed as out for the season.
I think he's probably hurt for a period of time, as he usually is.
He is usually hurt. That's no joke.
Exactly.
He's a good player, but the dude always
damn good player. Their defense is totally different when he's out there.
Yeah, they look different. So anyway, we'll keep on checking on him, man. If he's there, we'll see what it looks like. But if the Pelicans are should get this win, man. Hopefully we can start building on some of them wins to kind of extend out. This is a good quality opponent, the Grizzlies. It'll be in the Smoothie King Center. It's going to be a nice matchup, man. It's going to be fun watching it, man, going down. So shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all, man, being up in this thing. Coach Willie knows it's a work in progress, man. He got Pelicans playing well for 3 quarters. He got to get that extra quarter in there and have a full 48-minute game, like Alexa alluded to. So with that being said, DC, we're going to get ready to dip out on this. Listen, fam, I want to give y'all all a shout out and appreciate y'all guys.
Appreciate y'all in the flock, man.
Of the Pelican Post Game Report. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the
great
subscribe
flock
button,
and family.
hit the share button, share the show on your social media feed as well as Pelicans #1.
Wait, hold up. I ain't get my ad. I ain't get my drop.
For what? DC, you got enough MVP trophies, brother. You don't need no.
Oh, I thought
MVP.
we were gonna do the sharing this Karen.
Go ahead, DC. You got it. Go ahead. You got it, brother.
It's kind of overdone now.
No, it's not. I haven't said it in several shows, so you can go ahead and say it now.
But you supposed to throw me the alley-oop, man. You're a bad assist, man. Damn.
All right, there you
I
go.
got to throw myself my own alley-oop.
Indeed. That's what some of the
All right. Well, look, I
do.
normally say, according to Big Q, sharing is caring, or sharing is caring, like I say. But go ahead and hit the like.
Karen, cut that out.
Sharing is caring, man. Sharing is caring.
No, not Karen. Caring.
Sharing is caring.
Like
That's
Karen.
what I've been saying.
No, you saying it wrong.
How you gonna tell me how to accentuate?
Bro, you saying it wrong. It's not you saying people's
I'm saying
names.
it right.
It's not that. No, you're
I'm
not.
saying it right. You saying it wrong.
No. You saying 2 people's names, and I'm saying I'm describing something. Sharing, meaning giving somebody something, is caring, meaning you care about somebody. You saying sharing like sharing a woman name, and caring like another woman.
Obviously, you don't understand the metaphor, but anyway.
There you go. All right, so
That's right. Jay Morris got it. Jay Morris got it. My man. Somebody understands out here.
Jay Morris he's not throwing the alley-oop to you. He's trying to explain to you what you're saying, brother.
No, he sharing is caring.
Whatever, man.
He hit it out the park.
There you go. All right, so with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout out to the fam. I appreciate y'all for chiming on this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. Y'all keep y'all heads open, y'all brains open, and your minds open, your spirit open. Don't let the Saints get you down. We got the Pelicans and LSU. If that's your team, that's my squad. So I'm
all right. Can I say my last part, bro?
Go ahead, DC.
You still don't get it. You know Karens share everything, right, Q?
Karens share everything?
Yeah, they always calling the police, sharing information. That was the whole point. You missed the whole metaphor. But anyway.
I did miss the whole metaphor. That went right past. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side. Go Pels.
Go Pels.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who Dat too. The Who Dat.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. The Who That Daily